take a look at this story out of the Twin Cities Business. It describes how the Mall of America is planning on laying off 200 people, 200 workers. And at a time when we're just 3 months out from Christmas season, you would expect that malls and shopping centers and retail would be kind of chomping at the bit for, the economy to be opened up back again, for shoppers to come buy things, and for us to have a good Christmas season. So the fact that Mall of America, which is the biggest mall in the United States, is planning on laying off 200 people, I think is a good example of some potentially horrible things to come with malls all over America, and not just at the Mall of America. So let's take a look at what they said here. It said, when the year began, no one could have predicted the enormous challenges we would face as a business, a community, and as a nation. While we continue to make progress at Mall of America, the road to recovery is going to be slow. That's interesting, actually, now that you also think about it, that, they're kind of talking about the enormous challenges. I think they're talking about the illness going around. Now, if you consider the fact that this all started 6 months ago, and yet they're not laying anyone off until now. It's as if they were waiting to see if things were going to pick up, and things are not picking up. I think it's a good example of it's a canary in the coal mine, frankly, with regards to malls all across America. So it says, meanwhile, 178 additional mall employees remain in limbo. That group of workers has already been on an unpaid temporary layoff for months. So these 200 workers are not even including the ones they've laid off for months. So 6 months ago, when they laid off 178, those workers have never come back. And now on top of that, they're actually planning on laying off even more than they did 6 months ago. Starting October 1st, the state would consider those jobs lost, according to MOA. Under state law, a job is deemed lost when there's been a reduction in hours of work of more than 50% during each month of any 6-month period, and or because of a layoff exceeding 6 months. So that, oh my Lord, that actually makes me laugh, because not only had those 178 people lost their job, they weren't even counted as having lost their jobs. Here's yet more evidence of states in trouble. Here's an article out of the WBUR. With unemployment soaring, state lawmakers are considering ways to soften the blow from a major impending increase in the taxes employers pay toward the state's unemployment system. A jump in costs that one business group described as a pretty staggering. With the Unemployment Insurance Trust Fund suddenly facing a multi-billion-dollar deficit over the next 4 years, the contributions required from Massachusetts businesses are set to increase nearly 60% when the calendar turns to 2021, and then continue growing at a smaller rate through 2024. And, this doesn't just apply to Massachusetts. It's going to apply to every state. With so many people drawing from unemployment, and the federal government giving that extra $600 boost as an additional incentive to be on unemployment, you're going to have states just completely depleted and need to increase their unemployment taxes. And it's not even just the fact that taxes are going to go up. They're probably going to go up even more than we expect, because this becomes a cost to the employer. When you're looking to hire someone and you have to pay not only their salary, but also the unemployment taxes that go with it, it becomes much more expensive to operate your business at a time when demand is going down. People aren't going to go to restaurants as often, or to the movie theaters, or travel, and take part in leisure and hospitality industries. So it's going to be a big struggle for employers to even hire